Have you ever taken a woman to a restaurant and she's done something like be rude to a waiter or
Yeah.
and was that like a
Turn
turn
off.
off?
Big time turn off.
Yeah.
Big time.
Talk
They
about
done
that.
if you rude to the service for me.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali famously said, "I don't trust anyone who's nice to me but rude to the waiter, because they would be treating me the same way if I was in that position."
Absolutely.
We've been in this business for
Long time.
a very long time. And
You deal with personalities, you deal with people. You know, people are hangry. They're, you get, and most of the time they even if they start off in a rude way, they usually fix their tone once they get a little food in them anyways. But
right. There's like once in a while you get someone who's dismissive.
just a miserable fucking person.
And rude. And are they miserable or they're just assholes?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both.
You know what it is? To me, it's a character flaw.
Yeah.
Where they think that they bolster their importance by putting people down. Or being dismissive and things like that. I know that this is what we do.
Yeah.
But there's also consequences.
Absolutely.
To the experience.
You don't want to belittle the people that are taking care of you.
What would you do, or have you experienced it yourself as far as being a patron and experiencing that at your table or around you?
I've been to places, you know what I mean? I won't let it get to me. I've been to places and I've seen it happen.
Okay.
But, I try to be the best patron I can be because I do what I do. I do what we do.
Yeah.
So at the same time, I've looked at people like, yo, and I'll tell the servers, I'm like, fuck that person, or, X, Y, Z, don't worry about them, don't let them get under your skin, because you can kind of see it affects people. People being rude to people, it affects them across the board.
True. And it affects the atmosphere and
Absolutely.
people around them, and then it starts to cascade. Like if it's at your table,
It's a trickle-down effect.
Right. I have been around people who feel justified because something went wrong.
Yeah.
Inevitably something might go wrong. And so there is a level of justification in it where they feel motivated to be upset. But to me, there's a difference.
Absolutely.
And so as I go through the show, I've put together some things that I've recalled throughout my 30 years where someone was just rude and the karma came back.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You just come back pretty quick, too.
Almost immediately, and I'll tell you a story. This is my first restaurant gig at a Bennigan's. And it had to have been like a 6 or 7 top. They were in a big booth. I remember it clearly. They were rude. They were rude. And they were complaining about the food that they didn't end up having to pay for, but still end up taking in to-go boxes and things like that. And so as they left me a shitty tip, but they forgot their keys. Right? One person forgot their keys. I threw those keys in the garbage.
I love it.
They came back, and I was like, what keys?
What are you talking about?
Okay? And before you go judging me, hey, I'm just telling you what it is.
Instant karma.
Okay? It was just my temperament at the time, but you were rude to me. You were a jerk.
You were an asshole.
My manager had to come in and comp things off, and you didn't tip me. I didn't see no keys.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Have fun trying
Goodbye.
to replace that whole set.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they left the building or the parking lot.
Exactly.
And so that's just one of the ways that things can happen for you. Like I've done this as well. When and it wasn't even in a situation where somebody was rude to me. It was more of a situation where I was wondering how this tip was going to go. Whereas they maybe forgot an item like glasses or a phone, and I go, before I run after them, let me see what they tipped.
Wow.
Yo, it happens all the time. I'll open up the book, and if it wasn't what it was supposed to be, I might just drag my feet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, today I wouldn't throw it in the garbage, but I won't run after you.
Oh, no. I'll put it at the host stand. It'll be waiting for you when you come back.
I won't even do that. The busser's going to have to take care of that. Right? I'm not lifting a finger. My job is done. Okay? And I'll tell you a story that I witnessed, a table being rude to another server. And this was back in the day as well. You remember going to the bank and getting cash, and they put it in like this little skinny envelope? Yeah. They dropped their envelope. It had a bunch of cash in there. Guess who didn't get their envelope back?
The server kept it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He kept that shit.
They were assholes?
Yes. Yes. In the station next to me.
Yeah.
It is what it is. If you've watched our show before, we don't talk too much about tips. We don't do too many negative. We just tell you what is.
What it is.
We tell you our experiences. Mm-hmm. We admit our faults.
Absolutely.
And we try to elevate the industry as a whole because we have humans working here. Mm-hmm. And this is what happens.
Yeah.
Okay? Your credit card might get declined all of a sudden. Right?
Yeah.
So you might have to go through that whole embarrassment in front of your guests.
Yeah.
Mr. Big Shot. Or Mrs. Big Shot. Whichever one you are.
It didn't work.
And have you ever done anything spiteful to someone that you felt was a jerk to you?
I've honestly not like ninja, like mean, like to get him back. Mm-hmm. But I had somebody that was so rude. I told them I'm not fucking waiting on him, and they were SOL.
Okay, what was the situation?
It was a party. It was at a restaurant before I moved here. Before I lived in Florida, it was in Virginia, and I remember working this party, and the lady was so fucking rude, and she was like running me around, and just all the worst human traits. I look at my manager, I look at her, I go, and right in front of the manager, I go, I'm not taking care of you anymore. You can do this shit on your own. Okay. And I just didn't. And I told the manager, "You're gonna have to fix it because I'm not talking to that fucking bitch ever again."
Now that's funny because in that situation, I really believe that when people act a certain way, they're making an assumption.
Yeah,
they're making an assumption that you value your job so much that they're going to be able to abuse you, and you're going to sit there like a firing squad and take it.
No,
but here's the thing. We don't have to wait on anybody that we don't want to.
We could choose to walk away at any given moment.
At any given moment. No one has my permission to treat me poorly.
Yes.
And I have walked away from tables going like, I'll go to the manager, they're going to have to find somebody else to wait on them. Because
and then on top of that, I might just be straight up not tell anybody for a good 30 minutes and let you really fucking wait, okay, for your food. So your whole experience is ruined because you ruined my night.
I mean, I get that. And I wonder if I don't know if I've ever gone that route. I have definitely passed off a table, either to a server without telling the manager, or I've told the manager that I'm not waiting on anybody anymore. Because I'm out to escape the situation more than ruin.
Yeah, than ruin somebody
else's situation. Obviously, I've done other things, right? But I mean, we don't have to wait on you. We just don't.
We don't.
It's not
our job. It is, but it's not. You know what I mean?
No. It's not our job to take abuse.
And we refuse to.
And that's the difference.
Yes.
Okay. And I don't want to work for anybody who tells me that I have to work. I have to take shit from you.
No.
Now, if it's just in the course of an exchange where I'm not performing well, I'm going to see it through.
Yeah, absolutely. That's totally different.
Right.
If I'm fucking up on my job, I'll own it. You know what I mean? But if you're just being a complete douche and you want to try to run people ragged, or you're having a shitty day and you want to project into the universe and you think that the average person, is just going to take it as it's our job to take it, I am definitely not the one. Okay? And I'll let you know real fucking fast.
I'll tell you another story. I'm sure you've heard all of mine by now. But bear with me as I tell it. And it's short. I remember, I think it was 41, upstairs, the old place that we worked at. I had a guy that was being completely shitty to me. Like, it was right off rip, like, really bad. And I stopped and I said to him, I said, if we were on the street, you would never talk to me like that.
Yeah.
And he said, what did you say? And I repeated it. I said, don't let the apron fool you. You know what I mean? Like, and he started to understand what it was. Like, you don't get to do that and think that there's no repercussions. I will throw you off this balcony.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, you are not a big man.
No.
I will,
you will get punished.
Right. So I didn't threaten him in an overt way. I want him to think about what he was doing because he thought the uniform was a shield.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't touch him.
Yeah.
or wring his little
No,
neck. Come on now. They don't make those assumptions because you never know who you're talking to.
who you're dealing with,
how bad of a day
they're
they
having,
had,
exactly,
or what your role is in their story moving forward.
Exactly.
Did Naheem ever tell you the story where he punched a customer?
No. He
punched a customer at Cheesecake Factory.
Get out of here.
That's how he got fired. Yeah, laid him out and in the dining room. Clean.
I can see that too.
Yo, like, you really don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, you don't know. And people who really have the reverence understand that you just don't push people like that. You don't, I mean, I'm not saying that you got to take stuff off of a waiter who's not performing.
No.
Right?
Not at all.
But don't step out of line.
No,
thinking
exactly.
that you can't get it.
Yeah, legit.
You know,
people need to be treated like people across the board. You want to treat people how how you want to be treated yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to see that, and then especially if they're coming across as normal, I mean, just nice, natural people that are coming to you and trying to take care of you.
Right.
And then you just want to be an asshole for no reason. You're just killing their whole vibe.
There's consequences and repercussions.
Absolutely.
Anybody ever threaten you? Or is it just me? I was getting all of it.
Not like a true threat, because I try to shut anything down in the beginning. But I've had like just disgruntled people, but it's never the whole party. Like one person in the group.
Oh, it's always the one person.
And I'll shut. I had this one lady. It was a lawyer group, and it's around the holidays, and they used to come to my restaurant. And I remember, and she was so fucking rude. She was talking about. I go, that person didn't need anything. You are, like, she's like, well, they need this and they need that. And she was trying to control everything and the whole situation. And I just bombarded her with everything that she was talking about and put it right in front of her. And I was like, and I just stopped talking to her. And then the group itself, they talked to me and they were like, yeah, sorry about her and all that. So it worked out fine. But I was like, I was teetering on the edges. They were all going to be SOL because of that one person.
I have nice ways of being rude.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
I'm very dry
Yeah.
and direct, and I tell people, I've just simply told people, I'm going to need you to be nice to me.
Yeah, I love it.
I've stopped it, and not in a, like, I'm going to need you to be nice to me. And they then have to address
they have to deal with
their behavior.
Exactly.
Okay? Because if I don't acknowledge it, I'm
you're letting it happen.
Right.
You're exactly.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to let it happen. And you have to nip it in the bud early. And you can sometimes, even how we approach the situation, we might want to say sorry after the fact, but you both, it might be a mutual thing because they push you in the wrong way, and then people react.
I only say sorry when I made a mistake.
True.
I will take, and now I think I'm much less volatile as I used to be. However, I'm big on respect because I give it out.
Yes.
And so you don't really get a long leash to treat
not at all
poorly at all.
It's pretty short.
Yeah. So there's some days where if you don't call me by my name, I'll tell you what my name is so that moving forward you know what it is.
Exactly what it is.
So it's Marlon or whatever. And so things like that, let them know. And if they keep pushing, then you got to know.
And like with the whole snap, I remember we talked about a story with
yes.
snapping. Oh, that's like one of my pet. I would lose my mind. I told people, I'm not a dog. I don't know what the hell you think you're fucking calling like that.
At least wave or raise your hand or something. But snapping?
No.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's really care about your experience. We want you to have a good experience.
Absolutely.
But being snide or being rude, even if something went poorly, have a little grace. I'm not saying to accept the poor behavior or the poor, not behavior, the incident or accident or whatever happened, but make sure that, because we're people with somewhat restraint. There are other people who don't have restraint in the business, okay? So you have no idea what's
who you're
going
dealing
to end
with
up happening
exactly.
if you treat them poorly and you're consuming food and beverages. Not smart.
You don't know what's going to happen.
We had a guy that worked with us and used to say, the smart ones talk shit to the waiter after they get their food.
Absolutely.
And with that, we'll let you go. Let us know any stories about a rude customer, or if you are the rude customer.
Or if your server was rude and how you kind of dealt with that situation. Or did you turn it around? And across the board, like both sides of the story we want to know.
Yeah, how do you deal with it? If you're watching on YouTube shows, reach out in the comments. Or Follow me on Instagram at The Modern Waiter Podcast. Email me, themodernwaiter@gmail.com. I'm Marlon Joseph, The Modern Waiter.
I'm Danny Villain. Subscribe, people.
We do this for you each and every week. We will see you next week.
Later.